Security operatives in Nigeria had their hands full in 2016. They engaged Boko Haram terrorists in the northeast and were deployed to end the attacks on oil installations in the Niger Delta. The military also intervened in clashes between residents of Zaria and the Shiites. Some successes were recorded, including the release of 21 Chibok girls and the decimation of Boko Haram's headquarters in the Sambisa forest. There were also allegations of poor welfare for soldiers fighting in the northeast, which top military officials describe as a manipulation of facts. In continuation of our 2016 in retrospect, tonight, the spotlight focuses on the nation's security.
Nigeria, with nearly 200 million people and taking first position of the entire continent's population, making it a dominant player in the West African sub-region. Security operatives in Nigeria had their hands full in the year 2016. They rounded the year with so much resounding success. The battle against insurgents in the northeastern part kept security agencies busy throughout the year. With minimal attacks and efforts by both federal and state governments, and other well-meaning Nigerians assisting internally displaced persons and rebuilding the battlefront. Notable is the massive air and land bombardment of the dreaded Sambisa forest, which forms a strong base for Boko Haram, and the rescue of some victims of insurgency, particularly the schoolgirls abducted in 2014 from their dormitory in Chibok.
We believe that some of the Chibok girls are still in Sambisa. Beyond that, we also believe from intelligence that there are other hostages that are there with them. We also think that there are some members of the leadership of Boko Haram that are there, and if they fail to take advantage of this call for them to surrender, we will smoke them out.
This is a peculiar scene across the northwest. Cattle rustling and farmers' headmen attacks, which led to the deaths of hundreds of people and property worth millions of naira destroyed. Another major challenge in the year is a clash between Shiites and Zaria indigenes, leading to the ban on processions in Kaduna State. Security operatives in the southeast, south-south and western region also engaged criminal elements of the zones with maximum force. Many youths denounced their cult groups and surrendered their arms and ammunition. Incidences of robbery, kidnapping and the demand for ransom, all theft, militancy and series of cases of assassination led to the upsurge of military operations across the country. One of such was the bombardment of Arekpo and Ikorodu areas of Lagos State, with Operation Codename Awashe, where all thieves were dislodged from the creeks. According to the recent World Global Peace Index, Nigeria is ranked 149th out of 163 most peaceful nations of the world, coming behind Ghana, Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Chad, and Mali in the West African sub-region. Nigerians anticipate that this tempo of success is sustained for better breakthrough that will end insurgency and other challenges in 2070.
Well, joining me on the news at 10 to have a broader perspective of Nigeria's security situation in 2016 is General Stephen Odunsi. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on the news at 10 at this time. General, let's take it one after the other. The decimation of Boko Haram started first, and then the capture of Sambisa forest. Why do you think it took so long for the Nigerian military to be able to overcome Boko Haram in the Sambisa forest?
Well, it's a matter of opinion. Some also believe that it didn't take that long. Remember when Mr. President gave the marching order to the troops that Boko Haram should be flushed out by December 2015. We did talk together, and I told you, asked whether it was possible. We were optimistic. I said, yes, it was, because that's the Commander-in-Chief's order. And okay, I want to believe their defeat started then, when actually they stopped hosting their flight in the 14 out of the 21 local government in the Borno state. And of course, it's a long line of battle from Borno to Sambisa is long, and these are people who have occupied an area for quite a long time. So, and it takes, they're not going to work, it's not just a casual work. They're fighting through. They're fighting the Boko Haram, they fight them in the day, they fight them in the night, they fight them every other time. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not long. These chaps have done wonderfully well. And I want to, we all now saw what happened. I think the last flag of Boko Haram is the one that was captured in that place, and that is the stronghold.
Now let's talk about Shekau himself. He came out with a video. We understand it was widely reported and even on social media, just about everywhere, and saying that Boko Haram has not been defeated. How do you respond to this?
Well, you know, leaders, even sometimes the press showed a photograph of Shekau that was very much Shekau in one of the villages or towns about 5 kilometers to Maiduguri. But thereafter, a new leader came up to say they were replacing him. And we continue to have that. They want to give the impression they are down, they are not out. But well, what else do we expect? If one stronghold is captured, a flag is an important symbol of strength, a symbol of what you belong. The Holy Book is if those things could be forgotten, it means they were in a hurry. They were not on top of the situation. And I want to believe that they have been defeated. But it's not going to take one day, 1 week. The war has been fought, has been won. I mean, the battle. But the war of against terrorism is just beginning.
We have another kind of terrorism that was largely reported in the Middle Belt, and of course extending to Kaduna State, to be precise, talking about the Shiites and then the attack versus the Nigerian soldiers. What must be done to better deal with that situation?
Well, I think dialogue. Even with wars, we end up on discussing on table. They should discuss the two leaders. A situation where some make explosive statements and so it won't help matters. We know it's very painful. You lose someone. It's just one of those things. We should also be able to comport ourselves. But I think dialogue will work better than say you defend yourself, you fight, you know, it will not. In a war, everybody loses. Even the victor. The only joy is that you are victorious. So everybody loses something, either human beings or property and so on. And dialogue has been effective. We have used it a number of times in a number of areas on issues in this nation. The leaders should come together. Like I just listened to the IG. They shouldn't love themselves more than Nigeria. They are all religious leaders, and I believe, I always say, God does not make mistakes. Creating Nigeria, creating the people that are there, and the situation we find ourselves in.
So bringing this discussion to a conclusion now, what will be your recommendations that will help to strengthen the Nigerian military?
Well, before then, they were not equipped. Before now, we've been told, you've been told before, our approach, our strategy was centered on known enemy in one place, you're going to capture him. But the aspect of counter-revolutionary warfare was not in the front burner in our package. But with what has happened, it has been brought to the front burner. Equipment and training commensurate with fighting terrorism are now there. The training is there. In every location, there's awareness is there. I think they should train. And of course, they should also be equipped. Thank God, you know, the best soldier, the best trained soldier without equipment is as good as nobody. It should be equipped, it should be trained, particularly on intelligence gathering. You know, intelligence is a potent instrument of war. And so if you have good intelligence and how to gather it, I believe we can surmount all such problems in future.
I want to thank you so much indeed.
Lastly, don't think we shouldn't leave. Now, Nigerians left the battle to the military only. This next phase, the war, is for everybody.
I want to thank you so much indeed. Unfortunately, that's the much we can have on the news at 10.
Thank you.
General Samson Odunsi talking to us on the security situation in the past year, 2016. When the news at 10 returns, Spanish side Valencia confirms talks with Super Eagles captain Mikel Obi over a possible transfer. That's coming up on Sports News. Join us again.